once you get to a certain point, you just turn off, you become numb, and you just eat. There was no off switch. I was always just searching for trying to fill a hole, I guess, a void that my mum had left when she passed.
All right, today I'm talking to the lovely, limitless Lindy. Hello, Lindy.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yeah, sure. Thank you for joining me. So you have an incredible story of losing 400 pounds. It's 400, correct?
Hi.
You've lost 500 pounds? Oh my God. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've been doing this for a year and I've lost 30.
when you're starting off at that, like I was very close to 800 plus or minus, like I don't know, because my scales only go up to 700. And quite a few years ago I did go to the doctors. I was 750. That was before COVID, and then I didn't get a weight after that, so I don't know if officially what my highest weight was, but obviously through COVID we didn't eat very well. We couldn't.
Sure.
Yeah, there's no shops. Everything was takeout, and definitely close, if not over 800 pounds. So,
wow.
Yeah.
One question I know you're going to tell your whole story because you have like a remarkable recovery. I'm going to call it a recovery, whatever you want to call it.
It is, yeah.
Was there something in your life that like triggered bad eating? Like, was there some problem or something you were trying to resolve before you went on that, I guess, landslide? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Before that happened?
Yeah, I wish there was a medical reason for me being that overweight, but unfortunately there wasn't. So I guess my family background is Italian, so food has always been a pretty important part of our life. You celebrate with food. It's the way it is. Your nonna's always, if you're sad, here's a cake, here's some chocolate. It was just, food was part of our life, and the whole family was overweight, so it was just normal for us. People would come over, they were overweight. So I kind of grew up in that environment, but it's always been a comfort thing for me. And I did have a couple of things happen. I lost my mum quite early. She was 50 years old. My dad a couple of months after that. I was very close with my grandparents as well. They kind of raised me while my parents worked, and losing them, seeing them suffer, and I turned to food for comfort. So that's pretty much, after I lost mum, that's when I lost my way. And I just sort of, stacked on the weight after that. And it just, once you get to a certain point, you just turn off, you become numb, and you just eat. There was no off switch. I was always just searching for, trying to fill a hole, I guess, a void that my mum had left when she passed. And it's just, I couldn't fill that hole. And I kind of think that's what's happened. And it's just a matter of changing my habits, changing my mindset. And that was the only way I sort of could crawl out of it, just realizing I need to change, be here for my daughters, have a strong why. And I was able to crawl out.
Makes sense. I'm so glad you did. And I hope that when we put this story on YouTube, that we can inspire some other people that are maybe in that same situation.
Yeah.
So what was the thing that how did you find the carnivore lifestyle? And what made you do it? I mean, I know you have your why, but what made you like, okay, I'm going to do this?
Well, my sister actually lost a lot of weight on keto and suggested I give it a try. So I did. She gave me Dr. Berry's videos, and I followed his YouTube channel for a while, watched all the videos. I'd send my sister pictures of photos, like accountability photos. This is what I'm having for dinner. And she was like cheering me on, but just measuring macros. And then you have all these keto desserts and things which mimicked my comfort foods. And I just still struggled to moderate them, even though they were, they're keto. You think, okay, well, they must be healthy. I can have a second portion. Like, it wasn't fixing that comfort eating thing that I had. So, and then I kept following Dr. Berry and came across his carnivore videos and thought, well, this is a bit crazy. This doctor saying just eat meat, I'm going to have cancer, I'll have a heart attack. But the way I was going, I had one foot in the grave already, and it was either keep doing what I'm doing. I'm not going to be here much longer. I used to go to bed and I'd wake up in the morning crying because I woke up. I didn't want to wake up. It
Oh.
was not an existence that I wanted to live. It was I just didn't want to be here. I didn't want to be a burden on my family, and I was pretty useless. So I didn't want to keep living that way. So I thought I have no option. I've tried every diet I could think of. I'd last 1, 2 days and then I'd fall off. Like nothing was sustainable for me. I tried to moderate my food, restriction, exercise, or at that weight, trying to exercise, your whole body's in pain. I can't move. My balance was off. I fell just walking in the hallway because my balance was so off. I knocked
Wow.
my teeth out and done some nasty things. It's a terrible existence. So what have I got to lose? Try carnivore. If I have a heart attack, at least, I'll die happy. I had to give it a go because I didn't think I had any other option. So I tried on my 50th. That's when I thought, this is it. On my 50th birthday, because my mum was diagnosed with cancer on her 50th birthday.
Okay.
And at the time, I just thought, I'm going to lose my mum. And I just turned 50, and I'm looking at my 2 beautiful daughters and thinking, I've just turned 50. Look at me. I'm not going to be here much longer. They're not going to have me. And I didn't want that for my daughters. And I don't know why the 50th was that trigger to actually turn my life around, but I'm glad it was. I did struggle for 6 months on carnivore, doing it on my own. Again, when your family's not on board, like they were supportive of what I was doing, but I'd have my hubby sitting on the couch eating Chinese, and here I am with my steak. And it's like, I enjoyed the steak, but I wanted Chinese, it was our thing. We'd sit on the couch and watch TV, and it was that comfort thing, having snacks later. It was just, breaking those habits, and I struggled. So in January 2021, I reached out to Steak and Butter Gang, Coach Emily Harvo, and first time that I actually saw somebody like camera face to face, and I cried. I need help. I need help. I want to do carnivore. I want to give this a go. I need to turn my life around. So she brought on Coach Raymond to help as well, because I was obviously a big case. And I had coaching for about 8 months, and they saved my life. They talked me through carnivore. They have like a priming and fasting protocol, which I couldn't do because I was so far gone. They just customized the program to suit me, just worked with me as an individual, customized everything to suit me, helped me through the struggles with dealing with people telling me I was trying to kill myself eating meat. I'm like, you had no problem with what I was eating before, but now because I'm not eating vegetables, and you've now got a problem with that. And I was able to deal with that. Also, my husband, he's allowed to eat Chinese, this is my journey. I need to change for me. He should be able to do what he wants. And just for them to tell me that, and just to accept that, and just really think, this is my journey. The family, they should do what they want. I'd love them to all, join me on the carnivore wagon, but, I have to lead by example. And that just made things a lot easier once I was able to accept that. And now I've got all the tools that I need to go off on my own and do my own journey. And I've still got a long way to go. I'm down to 275 pounds as of this morning. So yes, it's going well.
That's amazing. This is amazing. Like, you've completely changed the trajectory of your life, I think.
I feel better now than I did in my 20s. I was quite overweight in my 20s. I actually had lap band surgery as well. At 25.
Okay.
I was over 300 pounds back then, so I actually weighed less now than I did before I had lap lap band surgery. But that was a cure. The doctor's like, you need surgery. This is going to fix you. And I got up to 800 pounds. Like, how is that possible? It
Right.
didn't address the root cause of my issues. And
Sure.
I now understand that I'm an abstainer. I can't moderate my food. It's too
Sure.
difficult. And I think that's another important lesson that I've had to learn, is that I have to abstain from all those things that just make me want to crave and eat food. So, yeah.
Well, there you go. At least you have delicious food that replaces all those
Yeah.
things. I
Yeah.
mean, I hear you, because I feel like I'm the same way, an abstainer. But also on the other side of the coin, these foods, all these junk foods, they're made so we get addicted to them. They're made so that we want to keep eating them. So yeah, we have to abstain for that reason, because of how they're created.
Yeah, I truly believe that, but people just look at you like you're some conspiracy theorist or something, and you're crazy thinking that, they're just. And I just look
But
at them and I just think, that's the addict talking to
yeah,
you. You've got that
that's
little
right.
devil on your shoulder. So, I've said all of that as well. Like, all the excuses people use at me now, and I just like, oh, no worries, that's fine. You do
Yeah,
you. I'm happy doing me. I don't preach. I don't do anything. Everyone's
yeah.
really floored by my changes, and which is lovely, but I don't like
Mhm.
to pressure anyone. But if they would
Okay.
reach out and ask me, I'm more than happy to tell them what I do. But they do look at me odd, and I don't care anymore. It's
I'm
working
glad.
for me. I've got my life
Yeah.
back, and I
Oh,
don't.
I love that. I love that. So you
Yeah.
said 2020. So it's 2024. So it took you 4 years, 3.5 years to lose
uh
500 pounds?
2021 is when I
2021.
committed. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
Wow.
I'm 2-year carnivore now. So
Yay. And I'm so happy you're here
yeah.
telling your story. I mean, not just here, but like on your own channel, telling your story also. I
Yeah.
go, like, where I live in South America. I live in Colombia, and there's definitely like a different culture of how people eat here, I guess you could say. But when I go home, I'm from the Midwest in Illinois in the States, and people are very big. A lot of people are very big. That's not like a generality. And
Yeah.
I feel like I don't want to be like, hey, guess what? There's a solution
Mm.
to this. I don't want to do that. So I'm glad people like you and me are here. At least the people that want help will come and find us.
Exactly, yeah. And my coach has said to me, "Why don't you document your journey from day one?" And I'm like, "No, because I failed every diet, and why
Mm-hmm.
was this gonna be any different?" So I didn't wanna put myself in, like, I wasn't even mentally sane to do that anyway. I was so
Sure.
depressed and hated myself and wanted to die. I was like, "Why put myself on YouTube and then fail this as well?" So there was no way. I didn't believe in the process. I didn't think it was gonna fix me. It was just a last option.
Okay.
And yeah, look at me now. I do wish that I had have trusted myself and filmed it from day one. That could have said,
Yeah.
then yeah, it would have been an amazing story, because even now I look back on my very first video and I see the changes, and I wish I had photos of, when I was at my largest. I avoided the camera. I deleted
Mm-hmm.
anything. I would grab
Mm-hmm.
people's phones, delete photos, and the people just
Wow.
didn't take photos of me. They knew
Mm-hmm.
I'd be on the warpath if there was any evidence of me in their phones or cameras or whatever. So I'd offer to take photos if there were any, and I regret that now. So yeah, it's hard. It's hard,
I
but.
understand. But
Mm.
you have from now till whenever you get to where you feel like you've achieved your goal, also to like look back at.
Oh, gee, I drive my daughters nuts. I'm like, "Let's take a selfie. Let's take a selfie." I'm like, "Mom." I'm just trying to take as many photos as I can now. And
Sure.
actually, my very first interview with Coach Emily and Coach Raymond actually went live like 2 or 3 days ago, and
Mm-hmm.
that was filmed just before I started my channel.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, she's only just put it up now. She's been in a sort of hiatus. And I watched it and I thought, wow, look at that person. And I'm like, oh, that's me. Like I can see
Aw.
such a change in 5 months that I've had,
Yeah.
since I started YouTube. So that was exciting as well, to seeing in 5 months. Because when you look in the mirror, I still see the same person. I don't see the
Mhm.
changes. It's not until you
Okay.
go back and look at your videos and
Mhm.
that you actually see I am progressing.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
That's awesome. I watched one of your videos today, and you're jumping on a rebounder, and I'm like, I love that.
Oh, yeah, I was up till midnight last night editing that. So yeah, that was in response to Emily's video, just doing like a recap of the last 5 months and the
Yeah,
differences that I've had over that time. So
it's amazing.
yeah,
So we've talked about what you've lost. Can we talk a little bit about what you've gained as a result of eating this way?
God, where do I start? Well, I got my life back. I I was dying and didn't want to be here. All the anxiety, the depression I have is gone. I've got this newfound confidence. I used to I was painfully shy as a kid. I would just be hiding in the background, blending in with the wall. I never wanted to speak up. Very, very quiet. And now I'm here sharing my story with the world. It's like, and it's difficult. I still struggle sometimes being shy, but I just find even meeting new people on the street, like I'm smiling at people,
Hmm.
saying hello. I never did that. I was always very reserved, and I just want to make an effort and sort of interact with people and be part of the world again. Health benefits, well, so many. I had type 2 diabetes, sleep apnea, obviously the depression. I have thyroid issues and lymphedema, lipedema, neuropathy in my feet. I had migraines every other week, mobility issues, balance issues, periodontal disease. But the doctors say for a larger person, I was actually quite healthy compared to most. I didn't have a lot
Oh
of
my God.
critical issues. Or inflammation markers were through the roof. Yeah, I didn't have any, major, like that's not good what I had, but they expected a lot worse, which I thought was weird. But anyway, um, I guess my constitution, we are Italian, and my grandparents, they were strong. They worked in fields, and like we're all pretty strong. And like you could be sick, but you look well. So I think I've got
Okay.
that Italian sort of thing in me. But anyway, um, just got my life back. I'm now getting out of the house. I used to be housebound. I've got a little car now. I drive around. I spend time with my daughters. Um, no longer stuck.
Right.
Like I worked from home full time during the whole my whole life basically,
Okay.
and I worked full time. My clients are in America, so everything was via email on the computer. If there were Zoom calls, I'd stick a little post-it note on my camera to tell them
Oh,
my
wow.
camera was broken. Nobody ever saw me. And
Okay.
I sound all right. Like I sound like this
Mhm.
Aussie chick. They all thought I was pretty cool. They could, probably picture this little blonde Barbie, beach babe or something on the other end of the camera. They had no idea who was actually sitting there hiding. So I
Mhm.
felt like I was leading a double life in a way.
Mhm.
So yeah, so I worked, and I continue to work from home, but yeah, luckily I can sort of work my own hours, and now I'm getting out through the day. I'll work at night, and I just sort of manage my life that way, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it, being part of life again.
I love that. That's great. It's fantastic. I have another question. So you or anybody, we have this thing called the fat body positivity movement. I have my own thoughts on it, and I wanted to hear your thoughts on it. If that you felt that movement would have ever helped you, or what do you think of it?
Uh, I don't really pay much attention to all that stuff, to be
Oh,
honest.
okay.
Um,
Yeah,
Look, I was unhealthy. I knew I was
yeah,
unhealthy, and I was not happy with how I was. And when I see other people that are larger, and I think it's important to love yourself, no matter what you are. But if you love yourself, you should be looking after yourself as well. but I was sick, definitely sick. To get to that stage, I was sick, and I needed to fix myself. And I don't think being larger is a good thing for your health, and physically, I didn't feel well. So
Right.
I can imagine these other people are just, they say that they're happy. I don't believe that, because I was there and I wasn't happy being that way. So I don't think they need to make restaurants bigger and all that kind of stuff. I think we should all be reaching for optimal health. And
Right.
I don't think if you're eating the right food, that will happen. It's happening for me. I am losing weight, and I'm not even trying. I'm not restricting. I'm not doing major exercise. I've only just started exercising. It's taken me 2 years to get to the point where I can physically do exercise. So I'm just starting gentle rebounding. It's all just been diet. And as I said, not restricting anything. I intermittent fast naturally because I'm just not hungry to eat. I have an off switch now. I don't crave sugars. I don't crave all the carbs and the bad things that I was eating before. Everything is just working its way out. So there isn't an excuse. I do think what you were saying before, that those foods are addictive. They're doing something to that food to make you crave it, and it's a sickness. You're like alcohol, like nicotine, drugs. You just keep wanting that substance, and that's what I feel has been happening. And I know people will say that I'm making things up or it's a conspiracy. But I truly believe that, because just by eating meat, how is that all gone?
Right.
How have I got my confidence back? And how is this possible? There must be something in it.
There must be. Absolutely. I agree with you completely, because I've had similar experiences.
Yeah.
Type 2 diabetes. So, has that been put in remission, or is that reversed? Or are you still dealing with that?
Well, I hadn't been to the doctors for a while, and so when I went in and had my test, they called it pre-diabetes, because obviously that was the first time that they tested, and so didn't have a history. So people were like,
Okay.
"Oh, I was definitely diabetic. I'd been like that for a while, but because I hadn't had that test,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm good now. I'm fine,
Okay.
not a problem." And I just did a test. I got a CGM, so I've had that on the last 2 weeks, and my levels are
What's a
perfect.
CGM? What is that? I'm
It's
sorry.
a continuous blood glucose monitor. So
Oh,
you pop it on your arm, and it syncs with your phone. So you get like a live online sort of reading. So it does it 24/7. I can just go in. So I eat food and I go in and have a look and see what state does to me. Or if I'm fasting, I can just check my levels, and just to see if I get any highs. I didn't get any highs at all. So everything is working beautifully. And my HbA1c for the 2 weeks, it gives you like a projection, was like 4.3, which is beautiful.
wow. Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
low.
Yeah. So definitely reversed, or, it's in remission. That's what the doctor calls it anyway.
Sure.
So,
Oh, yeah, remission. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
If there was a person out there that's like you, um, in the past, I was thinking of these TV shows that we have sometimes where people are just like hundreds of pounds, and then you just sit and watch them eat and watch their life. I don't think they like that, actually. I don't think those people like that situation. But what would you want to say to somebody like that if you would like to help them? What would you say from your experience? And
Definitely reach out for support. I think support is what helped me get over the hump and actually commit to this. So SBG Gang is fantastic. Definitely reach out to them. They've got the community there, and give carnivore a try. But you'd have to have a strong enough why. And
right.
I wasn't, until my 50th happened, and I thought about my daughters. Like, I guess I was pretty numb to life before that. I was just existing. I wasn't even living. You couldn't call it living.
Right.
And it wasn't until I hit 50 that my why became clear. It's not about me. It's about being here for my girls. They're going to need me one day, and they do right now. So I'm so glad I found it when I did. but having that strong why, and it's people say that carnivore is very restricting. Being 800 pounds is restricting. If you
Sure.
can imagine your life at 800 pounds and you just can't do anything, that is restricting. So just eating meat is not restrictive at all. It's actually simplified my life. I don't have to worry about cooking. I just throw a steak in the air fryer, one plate. It's so simple. And then that off switch just activates in your head. And then you go off and do stuff, whatever you want, live life again. But at the first year was a little difficult because I wanted quick results. And I did get quick results, but when you're that big, it's not quick enough. Like I still don't look like, I still don't look like a normal person. I did feel like a bit of a freak. But now I'm starting to feel more normal and I can get out in the world and I just kind of blend in with everyone else now. I don't feel any different or self-conscious anymore. But yeah, definitely reach out for support. I think having like-minded people around you does help, and having a very strong why.
Okay, awesome. What's your plan from here? What is your plan? Do you have new goals you're trying to achieve and stuff like that?
Geez. Well, this is for life now. So I'm really set with the ways. I'm not going back to my old eating habits. I don't plan to go keto or do anything because I know I'm an abstainer. So I have to keep strong, and I'm happy with that. It's my choice, and I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to KetoCon this year.
Great.
So I'll be in Austin, Texas. Yeah.
Yay.
So that'll be my first plane ride in 30 years, I think. So I'm looking forward to that.
Wow.
Yeah. And you just keep optimizing my health. I'm kind of addicted to feeling really good, and I don't want to ever go back to the old ways. So I'm in training to become a coach at the moment. So
great.
Yeah, try and inspire some other people and help. I'd love to be able to reach people in the 500-600 pounds, or it doesn't have to be that big, but just try and help keep people motivated and inspire them to jump on board and give this a go. So I'm hoping I can reach people in that audience.
Awesome.
Just keep going, be there for my girls, loving life, living life. Yeah.
Awesome. I love that. Okay. Is there anything else you would like to say? Any final words that you would like to impart?
Oh, goodness. Yeah. Just do it. Like, what have you got to lose? I've gained so much from this, mentally, physically, spiritually. I'm just in such a happy place. I never, ever thought that just by what you put in your mouth, what you eat, your diet could affect so many things in a positive way. So, it's been amazing. So, yeah.
Yay. Awesome. Thank you so much, Lindy. I love talking to you. I love hearing your story. And I hope it gets around to a lot of people.
Great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for watching this far, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. If you would like to support my channel further, these are some items that are in my store. There is a link in the description, but it's also below the video if you are in US and Canada. Check out this artwork. It's beautiful. It's my mom's original artwork, and I decided to pop it on a bunch of cups and other things. We also have like pillows, all sorts of stuff. So check out the link. If you'd like any of this, feel free to get something. I would love to sell 100,000 of these items this year. I know I'm a big dreamer. But if you want to help with that and you like this artwork and you like these things, go ahead and get something, and that'll support me greatly. Thank you so much. Talk to y'all later. Bye.